Welcome to another episode of AXIOM TV, um, our ongoing series of Say Word. I am your host, Brave Mind, aka the King of the North. Think a salute to all my fellow objective thinkers out there. I am also known as the Antichrist due to my staunch opposition against religion, as major religions especially. Um, Before we begin this week's vocabulary words in the language of power, I wanted to tell you about the immediate benefits that I've been seeing ever since the advent of the Say Word series. You know, like when you get like a new car and suddenly you may not see the same color of the new car that you got, but suddenly all on the road you notice a lot of people are driving in your model car. Well, it's that same it's the same thing I'm noticing when it comes to these vocabulary words. It's like the more words I've learned, the more I'm noticing that when I watch the shows that I like watching and videos that I like watching, I'm beginning to pick up on a lot of words that were being said. And it makes me wonder, have these words always been there? And of course, these words were always being said. It's either I was a little too lazy to look them up, or I chose to have selective hearing. I would just ignore and glaze over those words and just try to interpret what was being said on my own and try to compensate for that meaning that I did not know, for the word that I did not know, by trying to rationalize what it must mean. And most of the time I was wrong. So, which these words have clearly shown me, which is why I'm glad that I decided to start this series, because not only is it to help you improve yourself and your vocabulary, but it also forces me to have to adhere to not only writing down the words that I hear that I don't know the meaning to, but also learning them and committing them to memory. So thank you for helping me help you, literally. That said, doom, 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 doom. You know what time it is. Drum roll, please. Okay, we don't have that. Our budget doesn't allow it. Let's go with this week's words, vocabulary words of the week in the language of power in our continuing fight against what George Orwell dubbed as Newspeak, modern day Newspeak. Here we go. And our first word is capricious. Capricious. The meaning of capricious is defined as given to sudden or unaccountable changes of mood or behavior. Capricious. Given to sudden or unaccountable changes of mood or behavior. Androgyny. Androgyny means, our next word is androgyny. Androgyny means the quality or state of being neither specifically feminine nor masculine. Androgyny. The quality or state of being neither specifically feminine nor masculine. Our word following androgyny is pedantic. Pedantic. And that means fastidious, scrupulous, precise. Pedantic. It is defined as fastidious, scrupulous, not unscrupulous, but scrupulous and precise. Pedantic. Fastidious, scrupulous, precise. The word after that is stricture. Stricture. and that means a restriction on a person or activity. Stricture, a restriction on a person or activity. Our fifth word is enigmatic. Enigmatic. And this is right where this plays right off of the word enigma. So it's almost the same meaning, but I wanted to know specifically for the word enigmatic. And that word enigmatic is defined as difficult to interpret or understand, mysterious, enigmatic, difficult to interpret or understand, mysterious. The next word is petulant. Petulant. Petulant is a word I've heard many times, but it's one of those words that I would just ignore and say I get the meaning of the word, that it must be negative due to the way it was always used, but I wasn't sure of its specific meaning. So petulant is defined as childishly surly or bad-tempered. Petulant, childishly surly or bad-tempered. Our next word after that is salvo. Salvo. And that is a simultaneous discharge of artillery or other guns in a battle. Salvo. Simultaneous discharge of artillery or other guns in a battle. Our next word after that is schlock. Schlock, which means cheap or inferior goods. Trash. Pardon me. That's it. Schlock. First time I'm hearing this word. Cheap or inferior goods. Trash. That's the word schlock. That was the first time I've ever heard the word, so once I heard it, I had to write it down, and the meaning turned out to be pretty simple and straightforward. The next word after that, we're coming up on our final two words now, is inure. Inure. And I remember this word because it sounds like in your, like in your face. My bad, I'm a basketball player. That's how I hit jumpers, or I used to anyway. Inure. Inure means, the word inure means inure. Accustomed to something, especially something unpleasant. Inure. Accustomed to something, especially something unpleasant. And our final word is mordant. Mordant, which means which is having or showing a sharp or critical quality. Mordant, having or showing a sharp or critical quality. Mordant, having or showing a sharp or critical quality. Well, that's our final word. That's our 10 words for this week. I hope you got something out of them. Be encouraged to not only improve your vocabulary, but every aspect of your life. This means morally, improve your behavior, improve your control of your emotions or managing your emotions, improve your mind with not just vocabulary words, but study upon things such as history or even current events, the history of religions. Just gain as much knowledge as you possibly can. Remember, we only have so long of being here, from birth to death, and in between, we're supposed to be improving. It's all about growth, just like this plant. So you might as well humor nature and use your senses for what they're good for, which is always set on detection. They're always seeking information. And what really matters is the quality of information that you're feeding your senses. Is it just gossip or um, salacious events, or are you really giving yourself a chance to learn beneficial information? Information that will not only benefit yourself and help you with your personal growth, but also benefit others around you. Because remember, you are a member of a social species. We're in this together. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your day. Once again, Axiom TV signing off. Thinker salute to one and all.